What's up, y'all? I'm Nikki Elliott Nelson.
And I'm Mocha Pennington.
And welcome to Tea Time.
Because the tea...
Now, that's something we can tell you for free. Now, before we get into today's tea, and this episode was a steamy one.
Oh my goodness, honey.
Mocha, you got something for the girls, for the dolls.
You know, I kind of do. You know, I have a book out. She came out on the 4th. Y'all go snatch her up. Price Manor, The House That Seeks. It's a cute little horror. Well, I want to say she's cute. She's a vicious little horror novel, y'all. Go get her. The link is in the description box down below.
Check our girl out. You know we got to eat over here. All right, so this episode was really, really good. Every episode is just throwing me for a bigger loop because I'm just like, what is going on with the girls? First things first, Joseline needs an Emmy or a Golden Globe for her reactions this episode.
Oh, no. Paramedics
She's probably somewhere polishing it up right now because it looks good. It looks good.
Wow.
She's over there with the faces for days. So, very top of the episode, Chinxs dipped out.
I decided not to come back only because I felt like this wasn't the place for me. I felt like I've grown from shit like this. The fighting, the arguing, the sneaking, the jumping. I feel like I've been there, done that, and I'm a changed woman. I don't feel like 50,000 is worth me going against my morals. Lexi, I hope you win because, you know, if you win that money, it's going to find its way back to me.
Like she just left overnight?
Honey, she did.
What? What was that about?
I mean, honey, I feel like... Because remember the last episode, they were talking about how there was a person knowing their information about what's happening in the house. And then Andraya was like, I mean, Lexi, Gold, and Chinxs worked there. So I was thinking it was them.
Right.
Honey, Miss Chinxs said, honey, y'all know it's me. She started packing up and left.
She said the reason is because the show was like bringing back the old her, and she was like, I've evolved past this person. Like, I just don't want to go there no more. So
and then
you know
he did
what?
a little close stay show. She was like, I don't want to go back. Then she was topless with holding a drink. Obviously, heavily intoxicated on her face.
Right.
She's like, it's bringing back the old.
She's like, I don't want to go back there. So, you know, she dipped out overnight. We're back at the little ninja studio place, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Neek, Oceans, Drea, Erica, Isis, and Jayla got saved from eliminations because I guess they did the best at the little competition for their teams.
The time. They had the best time.
I guess they had the best times or whatever. It was cute, you know what I'm saying? Has she ever done, like, bonding, stuff like that before? No. I'm going to take that as a swift no. It just doesn't happen. Okay, well, she's trying something new. She's trying something new, and it's making for good TV. You know, Neek won an $1,000 like challenge.
I did see how she won on it. She started twerking.
First place is Nick. I'm doing my job.
I was like, yes, Miss Neek. That's why you showgirl Neek.
She got into a little split for the girls. I was like, okay.
Did.
And then Jocelyn was like so happy for herself that like Neek was like happy. So I was just like, you know what? I think Jocelyn's a sweet girl.
No, this season, like, I have noticed, like, she shows more compassion towards the girls than she has previous seasons. Except for probably, Wet, but she did bring Wet back after she apologized. Until
she tried.
No, she does. Yeah, I mean, you could tell that Miss Joseline Hernanadez really doesn't care for Wet too much. But she was like, I mean, girl, the network wants you here, so you can be here until she dusts her. She was like, okay, honey, I was waiting for something, and that was it. Get out.
Joseline did the best that she could with Wet. And then she was
did.
just like, oh, girl, I just can't.
Snatched her
I
up.
can't do it. I cannot do it. So Jigsaw decided that she wanted to... What?
Her name's Kay.
All right, Kay. You know what? I'm going to call her Jigsaw. She hasn't graduated from Jigsaw yet. Let me tell you why. Because she decided in all of her glory that she wanted to step to Envi Erica. Now, girl, why would you want to do that? Every time you step to this girl, you leave looking like homegirl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, blown up like a Goodyear blimp.
I mean, she was like, girl, you want to fight, so let's just get it over with.
Can I say something? Eric, I think, Erica, you want to fight me, right? Let's just fight.
Okay, but here's what I'm not understanding. She already fought you, and then she fought you again. Like, this is what I said. Like, when I tell you, like, I just don't think she has good discernment. Like, is your strategy to stay on the show to get beat up every episode? Like, is that how you're going to make it through? I think it's working too because like Joseline was mothering the hell out of her. Like, I'm not gonna let them hurt you. I'm not gonna let them do anything to you. And it's just like, baby, she asked for it.
I mean, she did. She was like, girl, I'm calling you to the carpet, so let's dance.
Now, you know, I was just telling y'all how on the very last episode, I was like, I don't know if I like envy Erica's ways because it seems like she's like pressed about Kay for reasons that she shouldn't be and this, that, and the other. But this episode, homegirl wasn't even doing nothing. It seems like they were getting along at rehearsal, like everything was fine.
That's what she was saying.
It was all water under the bridge, and then she stepped to her like she wanted to get beat up, and she did.
I just finished. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. That's what ready?
Baby, turn your hat backwards.
No, I'm good. Let's go.
She started riding her.
Like a rodeo horse, didn't she? Like, now look at you. Now look at you embarrassed.
I want to have, if I was Miss K, I'm like, no, honey, I can't. I'm fine.
Right? Oh my God. And then Joseline was like, do you remember the scene where Kay was like, I look like a monster? And Joseline was like, no, you don't.
Oh my God, like a monster.
No, you did not. You did not. And
Yes,
I will
I
protect.
do.
I will protect you from fighting here again. I would not let them make you face look like that. She looks like the episode from Martin when he was all beat up and he was lumpy everywhere. I was like, I was scared.
Girl, yes, she does.
I mean, she did she called her though. She's like, you look like the elephant man. Because I guess he had like a lot of bumps everywhere on his face.
Well,
Don't Google it, yeah.
did you Google it?
I had a long time ago.
Oh, is it that
I
bad?
mean, it's not.
It's nothing that you
It's
want to
not
see.
a night. I wouldn't want to look like that.
Oh.
But yeah, she got beat up, honey. She was like, she just hit me the same place she did last time.
And last time, y'all have to remember, like, this is weeks for us. This is like 12 hours for them.
I mean, it could be out even, honey.
I think, and then like, why does Kay's face swell up like so? Like, that's one thing that I don't understand. Kay's
I mean, she
face
could
is
have
always
like be sensitive because you know some people like they can bruise really easily. She could probably knots up very easily.
I think it's the filler
Really?
face. She was not hitting that girl that hard. I don't know, like, baby, it's in your best interest to stop fighting and just don't do it anymore.
I wouldn't. And Envy Erica, I still don't like her, but Envy Erica came out. I don't know why she went back there. Was she trying to check on her? But
No. Not talking about it. No. Listen, she's getting done by.
Why are you here? What are you here for?
I genuinely feel bad, so I decide I'm gonna go check on her and make sure she's okay.
Because, like, I don't think, like, at this point, Envy Erica, whatever emotion she was going through, she's clearly over them. And I don't even think she wanted to fight the girl. Now, remember in the last episode, she was saying,
she was, I'm out of breath. Come on, fine.
Fine, this is what you want.
Yeah,
like, she
didn't want
obviously
to.
didn't want it. Like, hey, I don't know. I'm starting to run out of empathy for you, babes. Like, I'm just running out just a little
I
bit
mean,
because,
she asked
like,
for it. Like, I still like her, and I'm still not. I'm not gonna call her no Jigsaw because I just think it's mean.
I mean,
But she asked
calls
for
herself
it.
Jigsaw now. So
She asked for it.
She
honey.
did ask
She
for
said,
it.
"Come on, girl. You want to fight me? Let's fight." And I was like, "Oh, girl, you about to get beat up."
And she did. What did you think of the girls calling out Hennesyy for saying she would run it with Rose last episode? Yeah, remember last episode on the bus? Like, Hennesyy was like, I mean, I'll fight Rose if it comes to it, but, like, that's really my girl, though. What did you think of that?
I mean, I wouldn't have said that about my friend. Like,
Yeah.
I'll fight Nikki if it came to it. Because we're competing. Like, I wouldn't have said that.
Now, I guess what they didn't air is Rose and Hennesyy had already had an agreement. Like, if it comes down to it, we're in a competition. But, like, up until that point, it's me and you.
I wonder, like, what would would they say, like, we're going to fight each other, we have to. Like, was that something?
I don't know. But so later, Hennesyy kind of got with Rose and was just like, you know, explaining the situation. We'll get to it. But it's just like, it seemed like it was being twisted into something that...
Oh, yeah. They pretty sure. They were definitely trying to twist it.
Oh, for sure. Sure. So they're at the little ninja place, and I guess Queen Envi decides that she is going to, I guess, put Hennesyy on blast a little bit and say, didn't you just say you were going to fight your girl and yada, 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 yada.
But I'm trying to figure out, on the bus,
Is she okay?
you said you want to show one with your friend, though, on the bus.
Is she okay? I said I would, and I let her know that too.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, y'all asked me. You said I would fight my friend because I feel like that's my spot. That's what you said.
You was like, I need to be with Joseline, not her.
Oh yeah, cause y'all went to the studio and I was like, bitch, I dance better. Like, I should have went too. Like,
Since me and her talked about it,
y'all talked about it cause we said She felt the vibe on the bus that we was gonna tell you. That's why y'all talked about it, B. No, that's my friend. I don't leave her out of shit. All right. Okay.
Hennesyy had already told me. She said a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I wasn't there, so I don't know too much.
So you cool with me, or you want to?
I mean, we good, ain't we?
I'm just saying, cause you had said
Oh,
you
then okay. If you just saying it, yeah, we good.
No,
Right,
you
you
had
said you
requested-
wanted to fight.
You had requested.
I didn't request it. I said, yeah, we
did.
could do that too.
Okay, so
And then like Rose was just like, she was a little confused, but it was clear she wasn't really taking the bait. And I guess here's what I think happened. I think Queen Envy's motivation was to get Rose to turn up at Hennesyy. And when it didn't happen,
A lot of them were.
then she had to fight her herself.
Oh yeah, I feel like a lot of the girls are trying to turn them against each other.
Absolutely. But then, Queen Envy decides to start taking off on Hennesyy. Now, Queen Envy's a full-bodied woman. You know what I'm saying? She's a full-figured gal, as they like to say. So I was under the impression that, she was going to deal with Miss Hennesyy. But I'll tell you what, Hennesyy held her own.
She kept up.
Hennesyy got in there and kept up and held her own.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit impressed by how she kept up in that fight.
Yeah, she kept up. You can see Rose was confused, but I feel like she was kind of hurt too. And she was just like, well, honey, listen, I'm going to talk to her off camera, honey. Me and her are going to have a discussion off camera. And if she's a fake bitch, then she's a fake bitch.
Right, but I feel like maybe because you heard some commentary in there, especially Hennesyy later in the episode, some of these girls only say things so they could be on camera, and I'm not about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the girls have picked up on the neck. They you got to say a little something. If you got to turn it up. As Raven was saying to, who is Raven talking to?
Spicy Mom.
Spicy Money. She was like, hey, you got to turn it up a little bit. And you, as a matter of fact, do. And I think that Rose and Hennesyy in that moment were just trying to keep it real with each other and be a little bit more genuine. And it makes for good friendships. It doesn't necessarily make for good TV.
I feel like she kind of figured, because she was like, I don't know, that's my girl. Y'all saying she was talking shit about me, but I wasn't there, and that's my girl. I'm going to believe her. I barely had any conversations with any of you, so I'm going to choose her for now until otherwise.
Hey, not gonna lie. I really feel like we need to talk about what happened yesterday. You want to go for a walk with me?
Yeah, sure. Come on.
Okay.
I mean, Hennesyy, it sounded like she was telling the truth. She was transparent, and she was like, remember, we've already had this conversation, and we already came to terms with it. And Rose was like, yeah, of course we have, this, that, and the other. I felt like there was very little confusion. Everybody was on the same page, and it was all good.
Yeah, whenever they talked one-on-one.
Yeah.
Anything that was kind of, because I'm pretty sure that scene was a lot longer than we saw.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So anything, any confusion was pretty okay, well no girl, I did say that, but I didn't mean it like that. Cause
here's how I said it.
They did kind of, because she did say that, but they did kind of twist it.
They were pitching it up for sure. They were trying to make, they had already seen for some reason this continuing beef with Rose and Hennesyy. The truth is, they don't like neither one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if they can get y'all to turn on each other, that's all for the more better. But you know who wasn't involved in the mess? My girl Danny. Who wasn't involved in the mess? My girl Drea. Who wasn't involved in the mess? My girl Diamond. Who wasn't involved in the mess? My sister Raven.
To be honest with y'all, I just want to dance.
They was like, no, baby, listen, we done seen y'all come and go. We know what the deal is. Y'all have fun with that.
Exactly.
Now, here goes the real tea if you're ready for it, because y'all know I'm just a little bit nosy. So I talk to the girls over on X all the time, and I was just asking because I wanted to get to the bottom of it, right? So first things first. I was just talking to Hennesyy because I was like, so what's the deal? Why it seemed like you turned on your friend, this, that, and the other? And she was like, she alluded to and basically said Rose turned on her. So maybe it wasn't in this episode, but all of this kumbaya, huggy, lovey, dovey stuff that we see, obviously that goes by the wayside sometimes later, because she said that Rose had actually ended up turning on her. And if they were actually real friends, if they were real girls, then Rose would have never done that.
So we find out what's the reason, huh?
Yeah, we need to know the
for
reason.
Everything.
We need to know the reason.
Because they can't be telling
everything that happened. So we just gonna have to find it out as we find it out. But okay, so here's the thing. I peep over to Rose's page, and Rose had retweeted or reposted, I don't know what we're calling it now, but Rose had reposted Joseline and said that Hennessy's a bum and there are no bums allowed on tour. So I was like, okay, that corroborates what Hennesyy is saying, because obviously Hennesyy and Rose,
they had a falling out.
They had a falling out. Everything's not everything with them like that no more, which is fine. But then I was like, okay, so this, that, and the third. But then Rose enters the chat. Rose enters the chat, right? So I'm talking and I was like, okay. And I'm asking like, so Hennesyy, what do you know about your friend stealing? Because I heard she steals. Danny had said she stole her glasses. We was just talking last week. And I know my girl Danny, and I never knew her to be a liar. I've never known her to be a liar. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, so what had happened? Rose enters the chat and she's like, that's not true. I don't steal. Why you lying? So then my girl Danny hits her with the receipts, because remember very last episode we were talking about how Danny was saying that Rose stole her glasses and wore them all episode. Well, Rose is like, that never happened, this, that, and the other. Now, mind you, keep in mind that this is not the first or second or third time that I heard that Rose steals a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, she's a little bit of a thief.
Well, she has happy hands, honey.
Well, and they were saying like maybe
hands, I could have said.
Maybe it's like habitual or pathological. I don't know what you would call it. Like when somebody had a klepto. Like maybe she had. Maybe she has a condition where she likes to steal a little bit. Well, Danny hit us with the receipts and was just like, here, and it's basically a picture. I'll put it up if it's still there. But it's basically a picture of Danny with her glasses on the right, and then Rose with Danny's glasses on the left. And she was like, so what had happened there, beloved? What had happened? And then just Rose got real quiet, you know, didn't say nothing. So I was like, well, I guess that corroborates Danny's point, because Rose ain't said nothing. Now, Rose had came back a little bit later and was just like, it's all on film, so I let the jokes write themselves. But ain't nobody laughing. Like, we were not in a jokey mood. Like, we were, you know, we was trying to get down to the bottom of things, sweetie, beloved. So, can we talk about how I'm happy that the girls got new confessional looks? The girls got new confessional looks.
Did I notice?
You would notice something like that before I did. That's crazy. Danny got a new confessional look.
Oh yeah, she had the blonde with the bangs. I like that. That was
looking bomb
really
as always. Drea had a new confessional look.
Yes.
Looks very good. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna make a very good Midwestern housewife one day. I know when she makes her money from this and settles down, she's gonna go someplace to the middle of the country and raise her babies. She looks good. You look good. All right?
I think she's so pretty.
Love that. Love that for you. Who else had? Now, Queen Envi had a new confessional look as well.
Well.
And the girls were saying something I had seen that the girls were saying when she turns her head, her kitchen in the back, her kitchen wasn't all the...
I mean, sometimes Holly gets hard, honey.
Where's
the hair? Could you just run a little hot comb down there or something, y'all? Playing games.
I was like, oh, wow, they let you go on TV with that, huh? Okay, that's fine. So maybe she doesn't have the best relationship with, like, the production team and, like, the stylist, because that's a crazy way to go out.
It is.
That's a crazy way to go out. So finally, end of the episode, the girls get on the bus. Now, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what they're putting on this bus.
Obviously, the sprinter of drama. Of course, something is going to occur.
Like, I don't know what they're pumping in the air, because this bus, every time they get on it, people are about to fight, you know? So we get to a situation where Rose is like addressing everyone and sort of rehashing the situation, like, you know, you're talking about, I'm not going to argue with my friend in front of y'all. I'm not about to fight her, this, that, and the other. I don't know what prompted this conversation. And you could see Hennesyy just sitting over there like, I'm done having this conversation. I'm finished talking about it. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Okay, well, what she's not adding in, and what you should say, is that we've had our own personal conversations.
That's what she said.
Before that happened, on what we were going to do. So, more of the story, we're cool, been cool. She never looked at it like I'm talking about her behind her back. Y'all probably tried to manipulate it into that situation, but y'all don't know the factors of it.
You got like 15 girls judging you at once, and you just react, you know what I'm saying? And Hennesyy did, because she hopped up. I guess Neeks, your girl Neek, had been saying a little something.
Well.
And Hennesyy hopped up and was like, so we could do this on the bus.
We can fight on the bus whether we can or we can't. We're not going to fight on the bus. We really can, though.
She was like, oh, I'm not fighting on the bus.
And Neek did not want to fight on the bus.
Not on the bus, honey. I wouldn't.
Because she had fought on the bus before,
Yeah,
didn't she?
she was like, I know, break my neck or something. I'm not doing that. We can never get off, honey. It's fine.
She was like, we could fight off the bus if you want, for as long as you want, however long you want, but I don't want to fight on this bus. Now, apparently, was it Jayla who was just like, hey, Neek, when you get off this bus, be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready. And I guess Neek thought it was like a game.
I mean, she put her bonnet on.
She did put her bonnet on, but Jayla was saying Neek wasn't taking it as seriously as she needs to be. Because when they got off that bus and I saw Hennesyy sitting to the side.
Come on, baby. Just wait. Come up off the bus. Come meet me over here.
Okay. Cool, okay.
So here's my thing. Here is my thing. I am starting to, now that I understand, because last episode, whenever Hennesyy had said what she had to say about Rose, I was viewing the conversation with a lack of context. Now that I understand better, like, oh, Hennesyy and Rose have an understanding, XYZ, yada, yada, yada. Now that I get it, my sort of disdain for her is fading a little bit because apparently they had a conversation. Now, I still would have been more mindful or careful with my words, but I'm starting to get it a little bit. One thing that I'm starting to like about Hennesyy is I don't think your girl plays. I don't think she plays a whole lot of games.
I mean, she'll fight. Win, lose, or draw, honey. She'll fight.
She will definitely fight because she got off that bus and she was ready for Neek. She was ready for Neek in every way. So I guess she kind of caught her. Neek caught that hand. And then, y'all know how they do it over there on the Cabaret.
Okay, honey.
Y'all know exactly how they do it over there on the Cabaret. They're going to let us see what it was, what it is, what it ain't.
On the next
episode. You know what I'm saying? So really, that's what happened for this one. Y'all got to be around to catch up to it. We post these on Sundays right before the new episode of the Cabaret drops. So if you're done watching this, head over to the Zeus app. Now go ahead and download that Zeus app, y'all, and pay that $6.
$6.99, no tax.
Pay that $6.99. Give up one extra value meal.
Okay,
a month. Give up one extra value meal a month so you can get your entertainment on.
It is good, y'all. There's more shows, like all seasons of the Cabaret, all the baddies, all the auditions for the baddies, and the auditions for they don't do the auditions for the Cabaret anymore, but they did. They're there. Real Chance of Love, those 2 seasons, honey. I enjoyed them a lot. What else I got over there?
Didn't you say you're not getting another one?
I don't think he is, no. Because he was talking ish about Lemmy, the CEO of Zeus, honey. You can't do that. Expect to have a show.
Can't bite the hand that feeds you, baby. You can't.
There's Transforming Rolly over there. I didn't watch that one.
Oh.
I didn't watch it because I don't like to see like plastic surgery stuff.
Really? Or Rolly is the girl from
Baddies.
Okay.
And from Chance of Love, honey. She was kind of like the New York. You know how she was on there and she was so entertaining. They brought her back for the 2nd season, knowing that he wasn't going to pick her.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now she's on.
Now she's on Baddies.
Got it. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, y'all, download that app. Head over there, get caught up, follow us on our socials. You know how we like to do. We like to keep up with the girls. We like to have a little dialogue.
The X, we're on the Instagram finally.
The TikTok.
We're going to do TikTok dances, honey, the challenges.
We've been lying saying we're going to do that for so long. We ain't did one.
We're going to have a wet t-shirt contest, honey, and twerk offs. So come on, y'all. It's going to be a good time.
All right, well, I think that's enough for this time, you guys.
I'm going to do the banana challenge, too.
I don't want to. Guys, we love you so much. See you on the next one. Peace.